Have a fun product to share with you today, and this is a GRS Super Joystick from my buddy Glenn from Glenn's Retro Show, and this is on pre-order. It's $80. It is officially licensed with SNK, and it's compatible with the SNK 40th anniversary on Steam. I'm going to be playing some games on that, and it's pretty cool. It's a very unique arcade stick that actually comes with a box that you that has perforated holes that you pop out and make the stick. It is pretty easy to assemble. There is some technical know-how when wiring it, and I'll share my experience with that. It comes with a very detailed manual. The manual that they sent me is an early release, and so there was a couple issues with it. They sent some fixes with a message through Facebook, but it's very detailed. It does a lot more than what I'm showing in this video. I'm just showing the simple gameplay and layout for the SNK 40th anniversary, but it's compatible with Raspberry Pi 3, 4, Linux, and pretty awesome. So you can play this with emulators and play this to play a wide variety of arcade games. I'm going to be playing the games that are specific with the Super Spinner, the spinner top, which makes this a unique arcade stick. 80 bucks, and it comes with all the parts needed and more. It's fully customizable, and there's more information about this stick on the website. The link will be below. And really think that Glenn has made another quality product. I've done a couple other videos of his products, including the Star Wars flight stick. Awesome. And so it comes with the buttons and assembly. And so I'm going to do a quick speed assembly here. I did mess up on the wiring, so I'm not going to show that. And just want to say, there's a lot to this arcade stick. There's not a lot of space when you're actually assembling these. It does include in the manual a video walkthrough. Super helpful, by the way. And so I just used the video walkthroughs that are in the manual itself, and I thought that was a really nice feature. No problem though. Quality products. The box it comes in is pretty sturdy, so you can mount this arcade stick and buttons with your own setup. But it's kind of cool that it comes with a box that you can just assemble it yourself. Thought that was pretty awesome. And so yeah, and there's two sides of this. One side I do believe is for player 1, but there is a player 2 on the other side that you can use as well. So if you bought like 2 of these, then you could do player 1, player 2. The other side doesn't have perforated cutouts, so you'd have to cut it yourself, but that's all right. Anyways, no problem. It was pretty easy to get going. Just take a simple screwdriver. You do need, it does benefit from having some scissors to cut off some ties, but I didn't have that. And so yeah, just took my time and assembled it as best as I could. I had some issues along the way. Just took my time. If I made a mess up, I would just watch the video and do the best I could while trying to put this together. It was pretty easy. I would say the big tricky issue is the wiring. In the manual there was an issue, but it's easy to fix. And so I just took my time. I don't know exactly how long it took. It didn't take too long, less than an hour, with all the mistakes I made as well. But yeah, big fan of Ikari Warriors. And one of the downsides of the home releases of this was that it didn't have that awesome arcade control with a super spinner and with that multi-directional top that you could twist. And it was just a really cool gaming experience. But not just that, there's several games on SNK 40th Anniversary Collection that utilize this amazing stick. It was just really neat to see that, assembling this. I was really excited about, going back and playing these arcade games as they were meant, and maybe you're a big arcade fan and maybe you have one of these SNK classics, but for many people, it's all about emulation. The challenge though with emulation is that a lot of people don't have the ideal setup to fully appreciate how awesome the control setup was for these arcade games. And this just really shows, you know, Glenn is such a purist and a great guy too, great website and channel. He's got a YouTube channel, Glenn's Retro Show, and I do definitely huge shout out to him, as he's just a really nice guy and knows his arcade stuff very well. So we're gonna jump in here and, you know, started wiring it. This part I got right, but after this is where I wasn't able to do it correctly. But I'm going to show you there is a layout where if you follow it, no problem, you'll be able to wire it correctly. I was tired when I did it. It was easy to just open up the box again and to do it again. Here's the proper pinouts, and it's going to be labeled better as I have a pre-production run, and so it's going to be labeled more efficiently for people to do that. And then even on using Windows, it's easy to test your buttons. 1 through 6, you can have up to 12 buttons with this, but I just wanted to show that. Now there is a mode color button mode on this joystick. You have to have it in purple for the SNK 40th anniversary, and you can get it by showing you the button press as I showed earlier. How to get it into the proper mode for this collection on Steam, and this is what I'm playing. I bought the Steam collection. I had the Switch version. I do not believe it's compatible with that. It's compatible with, again, Linux, Steam, Raspberry Pi 3 and 4 emulation, and to play this stick. But yeah, there's lots of different. You don't have to use the spinner, but I wanted to show just how awesome it is. Time Soldiers, another awesome game that utilizes the full use of this arcade stick. You know, this arcade stick's not going to be for everybody. Also important to mention, you have to press spacebar on a keyboard to start the game in Steam using this stick. So just a heads up, you do have to use a keyboard for that. And so for people, just I had to figure that out a little bit. So anyways, also a heads up, you have to set up manually the control setup per game. At least I did. Tank 3 is a great arcade game, and just this awesome use of that spinner and that multi-directional. There's some different modes that you can do. It comes with extra parts. You can fully customize this joystick, and on the website, the link is below, it'll mention all the cool things you can do with this. But just a cool setup, and I really enjoyed playing this, as the gameplay was great. It was Guerrilla War, and just yet another awesome example of what this stick can do. So what do you think? Have you played any of these games? In the comments below, let me know. And what do you think of the stick? I think it's fantastic. A great price at 80 bucks. I think many people will enjoy it. And I want to thank everybody for coming and viewing this. If you like what you see, consider hitting like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.